You're Drifting Off with WSLP AM, Big Rapids. WSLP, Sweet Baseball.
The Northwoods Baseball Radio Network presents Sleep Baseball. Tonight, from Sylvan Field in South Haven, Michigan, it's the South Haven Ravens hosting the Manistee Eagles of Manistee, Michigan. And now, the voice of the Quint Cities, Wally McCarthy.
Hot buttered corn as far as the eye could see. And a pleasant good evening once again, friends. It's Wally McCarthy and producer Phil back with you from beautiful Sylvan Field here in South Haven, Michigan. We're getting set for what should be a classic matchup between the Eagles and the Ravens. And it is a perfect night for a ball game here on the shores of Lake Michigan. 74 degrees at game time with a gentle breeze blowing out to center field. And tonight we'll have a special treat during the 7th inning stretch. The Manistee County Mime Troupe will be performing Abbott Costello's classic Who's on First routine for the adoring crowd. Let's take a look at the starting 9 for the visiting Manistee Eagles. Tito McCaskill will lead off at shortstop. Batting second and playing second base, Rodrigo Merrihew. First baseman Gian Haggerty will bat third. Third baseman Ali Nunez will be in the cleanup spot this evening. Batting fifth, right fielder Billy Joe Rickson. Mickey Navarro will bat sixth. He'll be in left field. Batting seventh, catcher J.B. Gantry. Center fielder Lincoln Smathers will bat eighth. And batting ninth, right-handed starting pitcher Edison Votto. Votto enters tonight's contest with a record of 9-4, with a 4.65 ERA. Those are the Eagles. Here are the South Haven Ravens. Shortstop Joshua Gonzalez will lead off. Jerry Durante will bat second. He's in center field. Batting third, right fielder Steve McDykel. Left fielder Sherman Hawkins will bat cleanup tonight. Batting fifth, first baseman Shecky Washington. Third baseman Brandon Carlisle will bat sixth. Catcher and manager Hap Bronswell will bat seventh. Second baseman Hector Pena will bat eighth. And batting ninth, left-handed starting pitcher Chance Quintero. This will be Quintero's first outing with the Ravens. He was recently acquired from the Walnut Creek Browns. And before we're underway here at Sylvan Field, it's time for producer Phil to pull a name out of the fishbowl for tonight's Instagram winner. If you'd like your name to go into the fishbowl, head over to sleepbaseball.com and follow us on Instagram. If that sounds like the kind of thing you're into. And tonight's winner is April P. Congratulations, April. Producer Phil will be in touch on Instagram to sort out the exciting details. And Crew Chief Freddie Silver has signaled that it's time to play ball. So we are underway here at Sylvan Field. And Tito McCaskill digs in against Chance Quintero. McCaskill is a switch hitter and he'll bat right against Quintero. And the pitch. And he takes a fastball for a called strike one. And the 0-1. And that fastball misses inside. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball down and in. 2-1. And the 2-1. Chopper to second. Pena scoops it up and flips to first to retire McCaskill for the first out of the inning. And here's Rodrigo Merrihew with one down and nobody aboard. Lefty against lefty. And Quintero's pitch. Slider in the dirt. 1-0. And the 1-0. Curveball paints the corner for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Hammered foul off to the right. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Hard grounder to second. Pena is there, and he will bobble the ball, and Merrihew will be safe at first. And that's going to be an error on Hector Pena. Score that one E4. And Gian Haggerty checks in with a man on and one away. A lefty-righty matchup. And Quintero from the stretch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball brushes him back. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Base hit into right center field. That one drops in. Merrihew rounding second. And he'll pull in safely to third. And here's Ali Nunez with one away and runners on the corners. Lefty against righty. And the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Sinker runs low. 1-1. The 1-1. Hard grounder to short. Gonzalez scoops it up. He'll throw home. And the throw is not in time as Merrihew slides in safely under the tag. So the Eagles are on the board here in the top of the first, and they lead 1-0. Nunez safe at first on the fielder's choice. Haggerty will end up safely at third. And here's Billy Joe Rickson with runners on the corners and still only one out. And the pitch. Slashed foul and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball swung on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Slider in the dirt. 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a low curve. And Rickson is down on strikes for out number 2. And Mickey Navarro steps in with runners on the corners and 2 down. A lefty-lefty matchup. And the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Durante drifting over. And he makes the catch to end the inning. The Eagles break the ice here in the top of the first, and it's Manistee 1, South Haven coming up. After these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Wally, McCarthy, and producer Phil back with you from Sylvan Field in South Haven for the bottom of the first inning. The Eagles leading 1-0. And Joshua Gonzalez will step in against Edison Votto. A righty-righty matchup. And Votto's pitch. Fastball high and outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that fastball paints the corner for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Grounder to first. Haggerty will have it unassisted, and he steps on the bag to retire Gonzalez for out number 1. And Jerry Durante checks in with 1 away and the base is empty. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Hammered foul off to the left. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hit in the air to deep left field. Navarro drifting back, and he makes the catch on the warning track for the second out of the inning. And here's Steve McDykel with 2 down and nobody aboard. Another righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Hard grounder to second. Merrihew is up with it, and he flips to first to retire McDykel to end the inning. Edison Votto sets them down in order here in the bottom of the first. And with one in the books, it's Eagles 1, Ravens nothing. We'll be back in a moment with the second inning here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hey there, it's Dana Dedrick, and I'm thrilled to bring you Love Notes, where we blend the best of smooth jazz and relationship advice to create a cozy, late-night listening experience. Finding love and keeping it doesn't have to be so mysterious. Tune in weeknights at 10 p.m. to unwind with some mellow melodies and get tips on how to build and maintain healthy relationships. Love Notes, weeknights at 10 p.m. on WSLP, Big Rapids.
Top of the second inning here at Sylvan Field in South Haven, Michigan. The Eagles leading 1-0, and J.B. Gantry will step in against Chance Quintero. Lefty against righty. And the pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Chopper to short. Gonzalez has it and fires to first in time to retire Gantry for out number 1. And Lincoln Smathers checks in with one away and the bases empty. A lefty-righty matchup. And Quintero's pitch. Changeup misses high. 1-0. And the 1-0. Slashed foul down the first base line. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball called a strike. 1-2. And the 1-2. Splitter cut on and missed, and Smathers is down on strikes for out number 2. And here's Edison Votto with 2 down and the bases empty. Lefty against righty. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Changeup misses outside. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. And he takes an awkward hack at a low breaking ball. And Votto strikes out to end the inning. Three up, three down for Chance Quintero here in the top of the second. And it remains Eagles 1, Ravens nothing. We'll be back with more baseball after these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Timbuk3 AV, specializing in Betamax and multi-regional DVD. The only such service in the Quint City area. Timbuk3 AV.
And welcome back with us on this perfect night for a ball game here on the shores of Lake Michigan at Sylvan Field. The Eagles leading the Ravens 1-0. And Sherman Hawkins steps in for the Ravens against Edison Votto. Righty against righty. And Votto's pitch. Curveball down and in. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hammered foul and out of play. 1-1. The 1-1. Foul tip. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Hopper to short. McCaskill is there, and he fires to first to retire Hawkins for out number 1. Base is empty. One away for Shecky Washington. A righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fastball called a strike on the corner. 0-1. And the 0-1. Looper into shallow left, and that one falls in for a base hit. So a runner on first and one away for Brandon Carlisle. Carlisle is a switch hitter, and he'll bat left against Votto. And the pitch. Fastball down and in. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that fastball is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, and the runner goes. Chopper to second. Merrihew scoops it up and fires to first to retire Carlisle. Washington advances safely to second. And here's Hap Bronswell with 2 down and a man on second. Righty against righty. And Votto from the stretch. Curveball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. And that curveball is in the dirt. 1-1. The 1-1. Changeup misses high. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Dribbled foul down the third base line. 2-2. And the 2-2. And that one gets away from Votto and will hit Bronswell on the shoulder. And he'll trot down to first. So runners on first and second and 2 down for Hector Pena. Pena is a switch hitter, and he'll bat left against Edison Votto. And the pitch. Fastball high and tight. 1-0. And the 1-0. Slashed foul past third base. 1-1. The 1-1. And he fouls another one off. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball called strike 3, and Pena strikes out to end the inning. The Ravens strand a pair and they do not score. And it remains Eagles 1, Ravens nothing. We'll be back with the third inning in a moment here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hey kids, this is Blink Rederson. I'm here at Ted's Fishing World, and I just want to say they've got some great deals for people that like to fish or wish they could fish. They have reels, and they have lures, and they have bait. RLB, they call it. You can get the RLB specials 25% off if you mention my name, Blink Rederson. Ted's Fishing World. If fishing's in your head, trust Ted. Ted.
Top of the third inning here at Sylvan Field. The Eagles leading the Ravens 1-0. And Tito McCaskill checks in at the top of the Eagles' order against Chance Quintero. McCaskill grounded out in the first. And Quintero's pitch. Fastball runs inside. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that fastball is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Hammered foul down the first base line. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Slider in the dirt. 2-2. The 2-2. Fastball high and tight. Full count. And the payoff pitch. Curveball misses low, and McCaskill is aboard with a leadoff walk. And here's Rodrigo Merrihew with a runner on and nobody out. Merrihew reached on an error in the first inning. and Quintero from the stretch. Fastball called a strike, 0-1. And the 0-1. Fouled back and into the seats, 0-2. The 0-2. Changeup misses high, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Hard grounder up the middle. And that one gets through the infield for a base hit. So runners on first and second and nobody out for Gian Haggerty, who singled in the first. And the pitch. Slider in the dirt. Ball 1. And the 1-0. Fastball off the corner. 2-0. The 2-0. Fouled back and out of play. 2-1. And the 2-1. Fastball misses low. And Quintero falls behind, 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen, and the count runs full. And now the payoff pitch. Slider misses low for ball 4. And the Eagles load the bases with nobody out here in the top of the third. And now Ollie Nunez will step in. And the pitch. Slider in the dirt. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hard grounder, base hit up the middle. McCaskill comes in to score. Merrihew will come in to score. And that's an RBI single for Ollie Nunez. And the Eagles now lead 3-0. So runners on first and second, still nobody out for Billy Joe Rickson. Rickson struck out in the first inning. And the pitch. And he chases a high heater. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball misses low. 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled back and out of play. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Gonzalez to second for one. Over to first in time. And that's a 6-4-3 double play. Haggerty advances safely to third. And Mickey Navarro steps in with 2 down and a runner on third. Navarro flied out in the first inning. And they're going to intentionally walk Navarro. So runners on the corners, 2 outs for J.B. Gantry. Gantry grounded out in the second. And the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Durante racing in. And he makes a diving catch to end the inning. But the Eagles add a pair, and they now lead 3-0 as we head to the last of the third. Here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
And welcome back with us here at Sylvan Field in South Haven, Michigan. Manistee leading 3-0 as we begin the bottom of the third. And Chance Quintero is due up against Edison Votto, a righty-lefty matchup. And Votto's pitch. Curveball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Another curveball paints the corner for a called strike 2. And the 0-2. Hard grounder up the middle, and that one squeaks through the infield for a base hit. And Quintero is aboard with a leadoff single. And here's Joshua Gonzalez at the top of the Ravens order. Gonzalez grounded out in the first. And Votto from the stretch. Curveball misses outside for ball 1. And the 0-1. And that curveball is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider misses low. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 2-2. The 2-2. Hit in the air to right field. Rickson is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. And Jerry Durante digs in with one away and a man on first. And the pitch. Curveball in the dirt. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hit sharply to third. Nunez with a diving stop. He fires to second to get Quintero for out number 2. No chance to turn 2 on that play. So a runner on first and 2 down for Steve McDykel, who grounded out in the first inning. And the pitch. Fastball misses outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Skied into shallow center. Smathers is camped under it, and he puts the squeeze on it to end the inning. we've played 3 here at Sylvan Field, and it remains Eagles 3, Ravens nothing. We'll be back with the 4th inning in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, this is Tim at Baraboo Necessities. Where can you go in Baraboo to find everything you need? That's Baraboo Necessities on Berkeley Boulevard. The first 10 customers that come to our grand reopening get a Baraboo Bombers baseball cap. Baraboo Necessities, we've got what you need.
Top of the 4th inning here in South Haven at Sylvan Field. The Eagles leading 3-0, and they'll bring the 8, 9, and 1 hitters up against Chance Quintero. And Lincoln Smathers checks in. Smathers struck out in the 2nd inning. And the pitch. 1 hopper to first. Washington has it, and he steps on the bag to retire Smathers for out number 1. And here's Edison Votto with 1 away and the bases empty. And the pitch. Fastball, high and tight. 1-0. And the 1-0. Popped up, shallow center. Pena is calling for it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And Tito McCaskill steps in at the top of the Manistee order. McCaskill grounded out in the 1st and walked in the 3rd. And the pitch. Curveball, low and in. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball, cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider in the dirt. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Hard grounder to short. Gonzalez has it, and he fires to first to retire McCaskill to end the inning. And that's a 1-2-3, top of the fourth for Chance Quintero. And it remains Eagles 3, Ravens nothing. We'll be back with more baseball here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Salty Sal of Salt City Confections. In addition to our world-famous popcorn balls, try our bonbons, rock candy, and nut-covered sweetmeats. We're located on the Manistee Riverwalk, next to the world's largest cupcake. Salt City Confections, your confection connection.
Wally McCarthy and producer Phil reporting from beautiful Sylvan Field here in South Haven. The Eagles holding on to a 3-0 lead, and the Ravens will bring the 4, 5, and 6 hitters up against Edison Votto. And Sherman Hawkins steps in. Hawkins grounded out in the second. And Votto's pitch. And he takes a ball off the outside corner, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses low, 2-0. And the 2-0. Fisted foul and out of play, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball called a strike, 2-2. And the 2-2. Base hit into right center field. Rickson over to cut it off. And that's a leadoff single for Sherman Hawkins here in the bottom of the fourth. And that will bring up Shecky Washington with a runner on and nobody out. Washington had a base hit in the second inning. And Votto from the stretch. Line drive into shallow left. That one drops in for a hit. And Washington is aboard for the second time this evening. And here's Brendan Carlisle with runners on first and second and nobody out. Carlisle grounded out his first time up. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Grounder to short. McCaskill to second for 1. Over to first just in time to retire Carlisle. And that's a 6-4-3 double play. Hawkins advances safely to third. So a runner on third and 2 down for Hap Bronswell. Bronswell was hit by a pitch in the second inning. And Votto's pitch. Slider down and in. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fouled back and out of play. 1-1. The 1-1. And he fouls another one off. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball down and in. 2-2. And the 2-2. Looper into shallow center. And that one will fall into the gap for a base hit. Hawkins comes in to score. And the Ravens are on the board here in the bottom of the fourth. And it's now a 3-1 ball game thanks to that RBI single by Hap Bronswell. And Hector Pena will step in with a runner on first and 2 down. Pena struck out in the second inning. And the pitch. Fastball high and tight. 1-0. And the 1-0. Curveball misses low. 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. Slashed foul and out of play. 2-1. And the 2-1. Grounder to third. Nunez is up with it, and he fires to first in time to retire Pena to end the inning. And with 4 in the books, it's Eagles 3, Ravens 1. We'll be back with the 5th inning in a moment here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello. You know me. This is Ed Uncle Hat. My good friends at Ed Horn's House of Sleep asked me to drop by and talk to you a minute about their mattresses and other sleep-related items. Beds, headboards, nightcaps, and essential oils. They just added the essential oils last week. Ed Horn's wife, Beatrice, got over there, and she's really into the essential oils. She makes her own. They have a few little tubs out back. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Ed Horn's House of Sleep. You don't need to count your sheep if you go to Ed Horn's House of Sleep. Ed Horn.
Top of the 5th inning here in South Haven. The Eagles with a 3-1 lead. And they'll bring the 2, 3, and 4 hitters up against Chance Quintero. And Rodrigo Merrihew checks in. Merrihew reached on an error in the 1st and had a base hit in the 3rd. And Quintero's pitch. Slider called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hit in the air to shallow center. McDykel is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. And Gian Haggerty steps in with 1 away and nobody aboard. And the pitch. Hammered foul and into the stands. 0-1. And the 0-1. Slider misses low. 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air to deep left field. Hawkins racing back, and he'll run out of room as that one sails over the wall. And that's a solo home run for Gian Haggerty. And the Eagles now lead 4-1. And here's Ali Nunez with 1 away and the base is empty. Nunez reached on a fielder's choice in the first and had a base hit in the third. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball misses very high. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Curveball outside, and Quintero falls behind. 3-1. And the pitch. Flashed foul and out of play, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Hopper to short. Gonzalez scoops it up and tosses to first to retire Nunez for out number 2. And Billy Joe Rickson checks in with 2 down and nobody on. Rickson is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fouled back and out of play. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Splitter down and away. 1-2. And the 1-2. Hit in the air along the left field line. Hawkins racing over, and he makes the catch to end the inning. But the Eagles get another run across, and after 4.5, it's Eagles 4, Ravens 1. And we'll be back in a moment with more baseball, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
And welcome back with us here at Sylvan Field in South Haven, Michigan. Wally, McCarthy, and producer Phil back with you. The Eagles leading 4-1 as we begin the bottom of the fifth. And Chance Quintero is due up against Edison Votto. Quintero had a base hit in the third inning. And the pitch. Fastball runs low, 1-0. And the 1-0. And that fastball is called a strike, 1-1. The 1-1. Slashed foul off to the left. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider in the dirt. And Quintero is down on strikes for out number 1. And that will bring up Joshua Gonzalez at the top of the Ravens order. Gonzalez is 0 for 2 this evening. And Votto's pitch. Fastball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that one is going to bounce off Gonzalez's foot, and he'll hobble down to first base. And Jerry Durante steps in with a runner on and one away. Durante is 0 for 2 this evening. And Votto from the stretch. And he shows a bunt but takes a curveball for a called strike 1. And the 0-1. Fastball called a strike, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Merrihew has it and flips to first to retire Durante for out number 2. But he moves the runner up as Gonzalez advances safely to second. So 2 outs and a runner on second for Steve McDykel, who is 0 for 2 this evening. And Votto's pitch. Curveball outside, 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider down and in. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. And that slider is called a strike. 2-2. And the 2-2. And that one is lined right into the glove of Haggerty at first base to end the inning. We've played 5 here at Sylvan Field, and it remains Eagles 4, Ravens 1. We'll be back with the 6th inning in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, this is Winston T. Winston, president of WSLP Radio. I'd like to invite you to the Big Rapids Airport Lounge for a special night of fun and brevity with Frank Gilbert. It's WSLP night on the main stage, and fun is guaranteed for all. The 2-for-1 margaritas go well with the comedy stylings of Frank Gilbert and Fritz Ortega's Super Nachos. I hope to see you at WSLP night at the Big Rapids Airport Lounge. Save a seat for me, Winston T. Winston.
Top of the 6th inning on this beautiful night for a ball game here at Sylvan Field. The Eagles lead the Ravens 4-1. And they'll bring the 6, 7, and 8 hitters up against Chance Quintero. And Mickey Navarro steps in. Navarro flied out in the first and walked in the third. And Quintero's pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Sinker down and away. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder to second. Pena handles it and flips to first to retire Navarro for out number 1. And here's J.B. Gantry with 1 away and nobody aboard. Gantry is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Curveball misses low. 1-1. The 1-1. And that curveball is called a strike. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And another curveball rings him up. And Gantry strikes out for the second out of the inning. And Lincoln Smathers checks in with 2 down and nobody aboard. Smathers is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Another slider misses downstairs. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. And that's a base hit into shallow center. And Smathers is aboard with a 2-out single. So a runner on and 2 down for Edison Votto, who struck out in the second and popped out in the fourth. And Quintero from the stretch. Dribbled foul down the first base line. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-2. And the 1-2. Curveball called strike 3. And Votto strikes out to end the inning. The Eagles do not score, and after 5.5, it remains Eagles 4, Ravens 1. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is the Reverend Ira Gay for the Buck Stop Inn Community Theater. I hope you'll join me for their production of Our Town. The Buck Stop Inn Community Theater. Making things happen.
Wally, McCarthy, and producer Phil back with you from Sylvan Field for the bottom of the 6th. The Eagles leading 4-1, and Sherman Hawkins will step in against Edison Votto. Hawkins grounded out in the 2nd and singled in the 4th. And Votto's pitch. Fastball misses just a bit outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that fastball paints the corner for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider bounces in front of the plate. 2-1. And the 2-1. High fly ball into center field. Smathers is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. And here's Shecky Washington with 1 away and nobody on. Washington with a pair of singles this evening. And the pitch. Hammered foul and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball down and in. 1-1. The 1-1. Ripped foul down the first base line. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball brushes him back. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball cut on and missed, and Washington is down on strikes for out number 2. And Brandon Carlisle digs in with 2 down and nobody aboard. He's 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Fastball paints the corner for a called strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fouled back and out of play. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Looped into shallow center, and that one falls in for a base hit. And Carlisle is aboard with a 2-out single. So a runner on first, 2 down for Hap Bronswell. Bronswell singled home the Ravens' only run in the 4th. And the pitch. Curveball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Slider low and outside. 1-1. The 1-1. Grounder to short. McCaskill has it and fires to first in time to retire Bronswell to end the inning. The Ravens do not score, and with 6 in the books, it remains Eagles 4, Ravens 1. We'll be back with the 7th inning in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Jet Fredner, Mayor of Big Rapids. I'd like to invite you to tune in to the Quint Cities Celebrity Golf Invitational, or even better, join us in person. Guests include Galvin McLeod Jr., Blinky Malone, Fritz Ortega. Oh, and did I mention Beans Captain Bender Sorensen? Join me, Gent Fredner, Quid City Celebrity Golf Invitational, only on WSLP.
Top of the 7th inning here in South Haven. The Eagles leading 4-1. And Tito McCaskill steps in at the top of the Eagles order against Chance Quintero. McCaskill with a couple of groundouts and a walk this evening. And the pitch. And he drops down a bunt back to the mound. Quintero has it and fires to first to retire McCaskill for the first out of the inning. And here's Rodrigo Merrihew with one away and nobody on. And the pitch. Fastball at the knees, called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Ripped foul down the right field line and out of play. 0-2. The 0-2. Popped up shallow center. Pena calling for it. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And Gian Haggerty steps in. Haggerty with a single, a walk, and a home run this evening. And the pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Pulled foul and out of play. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses low. 2-2. And the 2-2. One hopper to second. Pena is up with it and flips to first to retire Haggerty to end the inning. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Chance Quintero here in the top of the 7th. And as we head into the stretch, it remains Eagles 4, Ravens 1. And here's the Manistee County Mime Troupe with their rendition of Who's on First. And we'll be back in a moment with more baseball here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
And welcome back with us from Sylvan Field here in South Haven, Michigan. I'm not sure that the Sylvan Field crowd is into the art of miming. But I can tell you that much like playing the accordion, it takes a moment to learn and a lifetime to master. The Eagles leading 4-1. The Ravens will bring the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate against Edison Votto. And Hector Pena will dig in. Pena is 0 for 2 this evening. And Votto kicks and delivers. Fastball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Dribbled back to the mound. Votto scoops it up and tosses over to first to retire Pena for out number 1. And now George Gerbenley will pinch hit for Chance Quintero in the 9 spot. A righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fastball paints the corner for a called strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball misses outside. 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Grounder to short, and McCaskill can't get a handle on it. And Bentley will be safe at first. And that's going to be an error on Tito McCaskill. Score that one E6. And here's Joshua Gonzalez at the top of the Ravens order. 1 away, runner on first. Eagles leading 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th. And Votto from the stretch. Changeup misses high. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hard grounder right side. And that one gets through the infield and into right. And Gonzalez is aboard with a 1-out single. So runners on first and second, 1 away for Jerry Durante, who is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Curveball down and in. 1-0. And the 1-0. Slider misses outside. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 2-1. And the 2-1. Slider in the dirt for ball 3. And the 3-1. Hit in the air to deep center field. Smathers racing back. And he makes the catch on the warning track for out number 2. And Steve McDykel digs in with 2 down and runners on first and second. McDykel is 0 for 3 this evening. And Votto's pitch. Hammered down the left field line. That one is fair, and it's going to roll into the corner. Bentley comes in to score. Gonzalez racing home. And he will slide in safely ahead of the throw. And that's an RBI double for Steve McDykel. And it's now a 4-3 ball game. And Ravens pitching coach Lucas Robinson is going to stroll out to the mound for a brief meeting with Edison Votto. Bottom of the seventh, Eagles leading 4-3. And Sherman Hawkins steps in. Hawkins is 1 for 3 this evening. And Votto's pitch. And they're going to intentionally walk Sherman Hawkins. So runners on first and second, 2 down for Shecky Washington. Washington is 2 for 3 this evening. And Votto from the stretch. Slider inside, 1-0. And the 1-0. And he chases an outside slider, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air to shallow center. Smathers racing in. And he makes a diving catch to end the inning. But the Ravens add a pair. And with 7 in the books, it's Eagles 4, Ravens 3. We'll be back with the 8th inning in a moment here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello. This is Winston T. Winston, President of WSLP. I would like to cordially invite you to WSLP Circus Days at the Carpetland parking lot on Colfax. Look for the large circus tent and the clowns making balloon sculptures. Balloons provided by Mr. King's Party Goods. There will be hot dogs and chips and snow cones and cotton candy, blue and pink flavors. Please join me, Winston T. Winston, Wally McCarthy, and Blink Redderson, and other special guests to be announced at WSLP Circus Days at the Carpetland parking lot on Colfax this weekend. Thank you.
Top of the 8th inning here in South Haven at Sylvan Field. And we've got something of a sleepy nail-biter going on here. The Eagles leading 4-3, and they'll bring the heart of the order up against Ravens right-handed reliever, Dom Fuller. And Ali Nunez checks in. Nunez is 1 for 2 with a base hit in the 3rd. And Fuller's pitch. Curveball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hit in the air to deep right field. McDykel racing over. And that one is going to knuckle foul and into the stands. And the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just a bit outside. 1-2. And the 1-2. Fastball called strike 3. And Nunez strikes out for the first out of the inning. And here's Billy Joe Rickson with one away and nobody on. Rickson is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Bunted back to the mound. Fuller scoops it up and fires to first just in time to retire Rickson for out number 2. And Mickey Navarro steps in with 2 down and nobody aboard. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Chopper to short. Gonzalez has it and fires to first to retire Navarro to end the inning. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Dom Fuller. And after 7.5, it remains Eagles 4, Ravens 3. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
You know me. This is Ed Uncle Hat. It makes sense that Lake City would have the finest water ski emporium in the world, because Lake City is the home of water skiing. It's where it was invented. I want to tell you about the good folks at Samuelson's Ski Shop there in Lake City. They got everything you need for water skiing. Skis, cable parks, life jackets, soft shells. You know the drill. Why don't you go on into Samuelson's Ski Shop and tell them that Uncle Hat said hi.
Bottom of the 8th here in South Haven. Carlisle, Bronzewell, and Pena due up for the Ravens against Edison Vado. The Eagles leading 4-3. And Brandon Carlisle checks in. He's 1 for 3 this evening with a base hit in the 6th. And the pitch. Fastball misses outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Slider called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2. Hammered foul and out of play, and we'll do it again. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater. And Carlisle is down on strikes for out number 1. And here's Hap Bronswell with 1 away and nobody aboard. And Votto's pitch. Curveball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fouled back and out of play. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. And he takes an awkward hack at an outside curve, and Bronswell is down on strikes for out number 2. And Hector Pena steps in with 2 down and nobody on. Pena is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Slider in the dirt. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball high and tight. 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. And he chases a low slider. 2-1. The 2-1. fisted foul off to the right. 2-2. And the 2-2. Curveball misses low, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on a low slider. And Pena is down on strikes to end the inning. Edison Votto strikes out the side here in the bottom of the 8th. And it remains Eagles 4, Ravens 3. We'll be back with the 9th inning after these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Giovanni Gasparo. When I was a kid, we did all kinds of crazy things, like stand on our heads and eat a cracker. Later, some of my friends had turned to their drugs, and all kinds of things happened to them. This has been Giovanni Gasparo with the PSA for WSLP.
Top of the 9th here at Sylvan Field. Wally, McCarthy, and producer Phil reporting. The Eagles leading 4-3, and they'll bring the 7, 8, and 9 hitters up against Dom Fuller. And J.B. Gantry steps in. Gantry is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Fastball misses high. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that fastball is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Slider cut on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2. Looper into shallow left, and that one falls in for a base hit. So a runner on and nobody out for Lincoln Smathers. Smathers is 1 for 3 this evening. And Fuller from the stretch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. popped up on the infield. Bronzewell is calling for it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And now Hank Wellington will pinch hit for Edison Votto in the 9 spot. A righty-lefty matchup. And Fuller from the stretch. Fastball up and away. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that fastball is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider bounces in front of the plate. 2-1. And the 2-1. Fastball misses inside. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. High fly ball to right field. McDykel will have room. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And here's Tito McCaskill at the top of the Eagles' order. McCaskill is 0 for 3 with a base on balls in the 3rd. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball misses high. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder to first. Washington will have it unassisted, and he steps on the bag to retire McCaskill to end the inning. The Eagles do not score, and after 8.5, it remains Eagles 4, Ravens 3. We'll be back in a moment with the bottom of the 9th, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
It's the bottom of the ninth here at Sylvan Field. The Eagles holding on to a 4-3 lead. And Benny Standing Bear will pinch hit in the 9 spot against right-handed Manistee closer, Chad Vizcaino. A righty-lefty matchup. And the pitch. Hammered foul and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Slider misses outside. 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball called a strike. 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a blazing fastball. And Standing Bear strikes out for out number 1. And here's Joshua Gonzalez at the top of the Ravens order. He's 1 for 3 this evening and was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball up and in. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. And that fastball is called a strike. 2-1. And the 2-1. Curveball misses very high. 3-1. And the 3-1. Slider off the inside, and Gonzalez is aboard with a 1-out walk. And Jerry Durante steps in with a runner on and 1 away. Durante is 0 for 4 this evening. And Vizcaino from the stretch. Fastball just a bit outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball high and tight. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Slider called a strike. 2-1. And the 2-1. Hit in the air to left field. That one will stay in the yard. Navarro drifting over, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And here's Steve McDykel with 2 down and a runner on first. McDykel knocked in 2 runs for the Ravens in the 7th inning. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Changeup way outside. 2-1. And the 2-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 2-2. The 2-2. And that fastball misses low and outside, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Fly ball left field. Navarro is under it, and he makes the catch to end the ball game. So the Manistee Eagles take this one on the road here in South Haven by a score of 4-3. Edison Votto notches another win. Vizcaíno gets the save. For the visiting Manistee Eagles, 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. And for the South Haven Ravens, 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. We'll be back in a moment with the post-game show here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.